Record. Hey, what's going on, team? This is Family Cash Machine. This is Eric Vaughn, and I got the team here today. I want to welcome Joe. And actually, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. It's not but a few of us today on the call. And we do got Joe. Go ahead, you guys, introduce yourself. Start with Dave, Mr. Dave. Can you hear me, Dave? He might be busy. Strategic man. Go ahead and greet yourself.
Strategic man. Been studying this about 3 years now. Very fortunate to be with the people and group I'm in and to continue studying and prosperous in this new industry of wealth.
And where are you calling from, strategic man?
Los Angeles, Cali.
All right, all right. That's one of my buddies there, so I know where he's at, but I just wanted him to talk to the audience. Okay, now next we're gonna have we're gonna do some ladies here. Mrs. Carter.
Hello, I'm Champagne Carter Bay in College Station, Texas. I've probably been studying crypto blockchain for, I don't know, about 3.
Same time as me.
Yeah, same time as my husband.
And who is your husband? We're gonna ask him to introduce himself. Who is that mysterious guy back there?
I know it ain't the government. Nah, man. Antonio Carter Bay, man. You know, known by many attributes. Been in this thing, man. We down in College Station, courtesy of Omaha, Nebraska. But yeah, I've been on this with Eric since day one. A little bit probably not too long after Strategic, man, was with him when they was doing they marketing and all that. So I've been following Eric for probably since about 2011. A little bit everybody knows. So I'm in it to win it, man. So
he sure is. He's definitely a day oneer. We call him. He's a core member of the Family Cash Machine. A core member means he's been here since day one. He's been at the core of our studying this whole journey, and I appreciate you, Antonio, man. I really love you and your wife and studying with you guys and growing with you guys, and man, we're finna take this thing to a whole nother level. Now, next is Mr. Joe. Joe, could you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm from New York, and I've been studying with this group for maybe 1.5 years, a little more than 1.5 years now.
Have you learned anything?
Yeah, I think I've learned a lot. Yes. It's a great learning platform, and the people on the team are very intelligent and generous at the same time.
Okay, next we're gonna ask this gentleman, Dustin. Dustin, introduce yourself.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the background noise, but my name is Dustin Kendall from Georgia, and I've been with the group for a few months. We've been studying crypto for a little over 1 year.
And have you learned anything on the group? What have you learned on the group?
Sorry to step outside.
Okay.
Sorry about that, but learned a lot with you all from. I know it's something as simple as having a wallet to what to look out for, and just great investments and things with the group.
And I'm very grateful to have you here, Mr. Dustin. Man, I enjoy your company. I enjoy studying with you and growing with you as well. And having team members in other states is definitely a benefit. So we all, pool our resources together. We travel and we see each other, and it's just been a great journey for me as well. Now, next on the mic is Mrs. Sheree.
I just got on here, so what I'm supposed to be doing?
Introduce yourself. We live right now, so we just want to hear who you are, where you calling from.
I am Sheree, and I'm calling from Chicago.
Chi-Town. Now, how long you been with the Family Cash Machine?
Oh, I've been listening for a while, but I actually got on probably maybe 6 months ago.
And what do you think so far about the Family Cash Machine?
Learning a lot.
Great. And last but not least, and again, it is a pleasure to have Mrs. Sheree here. We have a Discord, and she's always putting very valuable posts on our Discord. And there's another gentleman here that I'm going to introduce before we get to Dave. And I wanted to introduce this gentleman. He's the newest member of the Family Cash Machine. Ray, why don't you introduce yourself and tell them where you're calling from?
Okay, hi. Let me see. My name is Ray Johnson, but my birth name is Rafael Suero, which just simply means that that I was born in Dominican Republic. I spent most of my life in California, and right now I am back in Dominican Republic. This is where I live, and well, let me see. I also speak both languages, English and Spanish, fluently.
And you're going to be a great help to us because we definitely want to translate all of the cryptocurrency classes into Spanish, because we can touch Mexico, South America, we can touch all the Latino countries like Puerto Rico. And man, I'm so glad that you joined the team. And could you tell them how long you've been on this team and how much you've learned so far?
Well, let me see. I've been on here for maybe 2 or 3 days. However, it's like I've been here from day one. That's what it feels like. You guys always give me a warm welcome. I'm very much, you know what? Anytime that you're speaking about money, we're speaking the same language, no matter
No
what.
question. I don't know why a person wouldn't be interested in money. All right, man. It's great to have you here, man. And again, like I said, I'm looking forward to building a big team with you and coming down to the Dominican and do a little party with you. Maybe we have a few mojitos or whatever, and talk more about how we can expand this knowledge into the Dominican Republic and help our people down there to start understanding the new way money is being made and to start to being able to create some of their own income and become more financially independent down there, which is what the Family Cash Machine about. And last but not least, hopefully he's available now. Dave, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is David Lyons. I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Been on the Family Cash Machine since January of 2017. And I'm here helping Eric co-pilot this thing now. I learned a whole bunch, and all the way from all of my crypto knowledge really comes from this group. I mean, I had a little bit of something when I came in, but I've really expanded it inside of this group.
And it's great to have Mr. Dave Lyons on the call. I'm not going to introduce anybody else on this call. These is pretty much the core members. I did want the newest member to have an opportunity to welcome him and to introduce himself to all of you viewers out there. Now, the Family Cash Machine has committed itself to teaching you guys about money. Now, many of us think we know about money. We think we know money because we have been having money all of our life, but actually you haven't. You've been having currency. And there's a difference. And there's even bankers that don't know the difference between money and currency. There's even Wall Street guys that don't know the difference between money and currency. I traded currencies on the mercantile exchange, and that's what it is, currencies. You're trading currencies. But I thought I was trading money, but actually I was trading currency. So it is very imperative in this day and time to understand money. Now, Americans, the last 3 generations, you had no reason at all to even know what money it was or is, because the American dollar has been the anchor dollar and the dominant dollar and the reserve currency around the world for the last some 60 years, 50, 60 years. So you had no reason to know anything about money. You just trusted your government. You trusted that your money would always have the most value ever in the world. And those days are changing. It is imperative now, because the things that gave your dollar value are diminishing. And it's important to learn what gives a dollar value. It's important to learn what is value. And as I just stated to the team before we got on this call, is that value, no one, no bank, no government, no entity on the planet has cornered the market on value. Value doesn't discriminate. Value is not only something that a currency could have. Value is something that a product could have. Value is something a person could have. Right now, if I had Roger Ver go online right now and say, I endorse the Family Cash Machine, that's value. That will add value to the Family Cash Machine. One person adding an endorsement, a person of a high credential, okay, a person of a high status in this industry, a person who has infamy and fame, comes out and say, hey, I support Eric Vaughn, I support the Family Cash Machine. That one person could add value to what we're doing, okay? One company, okay? Let's say blockchain.info or Coinbase says, hey, we endorse the Family Cash Machine's cryptocurrency classes. That statement is value. So we live in a day and a time when banks have basically made people believe that they are the only ones with the right to commence or to announce or to validate value. And that's not true. Now, when I was reading the Patriot Act and the company, I think it was the company called eGold. Was it eGold? No, was it eGold? I think it was eGold. Was it BitGold? It was BitGold. I think it was BitGold. Was it BitGold? BitGold? I think it was eGold. I'm sorry. It was eGold. And eGold had a 6-year run. And in 2000, it started in, I think, I want to say 96 or something. Oh, no, 2001. But in 2006, when eGold, no, was it 2000? 2001, when the Patriot Act started, okay? They made eGold illegal. And they said that only a bank, it was the U.S. Department of Treasury and the IRS, decided to pass this law saying only a bank has the right to transfer or transact value. Any and every value can only be transacted through a bank. And that was a violation of not just your constitutional rights, but it was a violation of the whole dynamics of value, because no one entity, no government can control value. This is what we're not seeing. We're not understanding that value can be created all kind of ways. You know, my watch could have value, and you're telling me in order to transfer, if I digitize the value, if I digitize the ownership of this watch and said, okay, whoever owns this digital form that I'm going to take this form that's the ownership of my watch and make it a digital object that you can transfer digitally. The ownership, I'm gonna make it digitally for my watch. And the bank is gonna say you can't transact or transfer that value to somebody unless you're a bank. That's some BS. And so this leads to my subject today. My subject today is basically, if you want something done, do it your damn self, okay? Now, what I'm saying when I say that is this: we cannot allow outside entities to continue to dictate to us what, how, where, when we're going to create value. And I'm gonna share with you guys right now. There's a product called Skype. Right now I'm on Zoom, and the same thing applies for this. When Skype came out, Skype did not ask permission from the FCC, because if they would have asked permission from the FCC. Hey, look, we have this new product. We want to go online and people can come. They can share their video. They can share their screen and they can contact people anywhere in the world through the internet. If they would have went to the FCC with that, the FCC would have said, okay, let us look at this. And then we're going to do some research on it. And they would have researched on it. And they would have researched on it. It had been 2, 3, 4 years. And then the FCC may have told them, okay, well, you need this license, that license, this license, that license. Or they may have said, you know what, we just passed a regulation that you can't do that unless you are FCC regulated or you are a major network. Because see, some major network could have paid the FCC to say, don't pass that. Don't let them do that because they could be disrupting our monopoly. Whatever the case, my point to you guys is the cryptocurrency space is a disruption. It is an encryption. And these cryptographic people who created this, they wanted to protect you so that you would not have to ask permission because now through cryptography, it gives you privacy. Okay? So being private, you can launch companies and monies and funds can be transferred and nobody will be disclosed and everything could be anonymous. And so my point that I'm making to you is if you want something done, do it your damn self. Okay? Skype did not ask permission from any governments, FCC, or any other regulatory communications divisions. If they would have done that, they may not have reached the pinnacle of success that they have reached. They went way over in the corner somewhere and started building and then launched. The same with Uber. Uber did not ask permission from anyone to start. Uber created itself, started its concept. In fact, the concept of Uber started in Iran. Actually, I found out that Uber is a Persian word or that means taxi. Okay, so for years in the Persian Gulf, people who had cars would drive other people that didn't have cars because everybody couldn't afford a car because it was a very poor country. Everybody there is not an oil chic. Some people are very poor. And so the people that had cars would taxi people around. And that's where the concept comes from. And the guy that owns it, I think, is a Persian guy. And so he just bought that concept here, decentralized the cab industry. He didn't ask permission. And if he went to the cab industry or the commercial, the people that give you those commercial licenses to drive shuttles and stuff like that, if he went to them and said, hey, I got a concept. I can do this. I can make this better, cheaper for the people. I can make it faster for people to get, cabs, and I can employ more people, and you don't need cab services. If he went to authorities or regulators with that idea, it may have never got off the ground. Okay, so when our system is like that, there's something terribly wrong. There's something terribly wrong with our system of economics and our system of regulations that attaches to the economics or attaches to entities, enterprises launching. When there's too much red flags or too many red tape and there's too much regulations, it can stifle or suffocate prosperity. Okay, and so in the cryptocurrency space, in the blockchain technology space, it represents freedom for people to develop ideas unregulated with no permission from anyone. Oh my God, I love that. I got chills on that statement. Wouldn't you like to create whatever it is in the world you want to create? Wouldn't you love to have an idea and be able to launch that idea and have that idea flourish and have that idea and watch that idea to manifest? It is the greatest feeling that I've ever had in my life, which is to have an idea, have an objective, have a dream, and then watch that thing manifest. It's one of the greatest feelings I've ever seen in my life. And everybody in the world should have an opportunity freely, unrestricted, to be able to share in that kind of experience of the human experience, of the ability of us to use our imaginations, our creativity, our thoughts, and bring them into manifestation. And to hinder people from that process is criminal. And it's not only criminal, it is an injustice to the human race. Because one of the greatest things that we have as humanity is our ability to create. And creations are being stifled because of money. Okay, you have an idea? Okay, I am the SEC, and if your idea doesn't gel with what we like, and if it's disrupting the people who are paying us already, then you're gonna have to get this license, that license, this license, that license, pay us all this money, and then we gotta take it to these people and these people and these people and make sure everybody can eat off of this. That is a stifling of creativity, okay? And this is why our society is falling behind. You know, Japan, China, all these other countries, even India right now has so many engineers in India. Every time me and Dave want to get something built, we're out the country. We're not here. We're in China somewhere. We're in India somewhere. We're not here because we're stifling innovation. Okay, we're stifling creation here with all of this red tape, hoopla, boobla, regulation crap. And this was the whole purpose of cryptocurrency. Everybody thinks the cryptocurrency is just about, oh, hey, you know, Bitcoin is down at 6,200 today. Oh, hi, Eric. Hey, you know, Bitcoin just went down to 5,900 today. Oh, hey, Eric, good morning. How you doing? You know, Bitcoin went up to 6,500 today. It's not about that. You guys are missing the whole point. That's not even the main thing that this is about, okay? You know, you guys are thinking centralized. You're thinking this is Wall Street. This is the new Wall Street. No, this is not what this is about. Okay, that's one way that you can make money on this, by holding the coins for a long period of time. Don't look at it every day. Oh, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. If that's your game plan, that's a very sketchy game plan, and it's a very unstable game plan. But if your plan is, I'm going to buy 5 Bitcoins and I'm not going to look at them for 3 years, I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet you anything in the world that in 3 years you will have double your money, if not triple. I guarantee you. All you have to do is look at the long-term charts of cryptocurrency. You know, all you have to do is look at what this was at a year ago, 1,100. A year before that, 250. That's all you have to do is look at the long-term charts. Don't look at the day-to-day. Because at the end of the day, this is a value. It has functionality that gives it value. But the whole concept of decentralization and technology decentralizing thing allows us to create without permission. You want something done, do it your damn self. Do not ask permission. Hey, I have an idea right now, you guys, and I want to create a decentralized platform for such and such and such and such and such. Let me go to the authorities and regulators and see how and what I need to do to make this work. And if that's how you're thinking, you are setting yourself up for failure, because they're not in your best interest, because there's too many multi 500, 300 corporations, multi Forbes 300, 200, the multi-billion dollar corporations that you could be disrupting, that they're not going to let that happen. So just do it. Okay? Airbnb, same thing. They didn't ask anybody's permission. They just did it. They just did it. Okay? And the same thing with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin started, all of these technicians got together, all these cryptographers got together and said, we want to create a new money. We want to create money. We want to create a way that the internet can store value. And we want to decentralize it, meaning that we don't want a centralized authority to mandate what the value is. We want something that the people's trading can create the value just by exchange, because we understand the rules of economics, and we know any object that has multiple exchanges and is used as a medium of exchange to exchange goods or services will create value through supply and demand. And we're going to make this a limited commodity, and we're going to make it a process to create it that's going to extract a tremendous amount of electricity to create it, almost like mining gold. You see that? We don't need permission to follow the laws of value. We don't need permission to follow the laws of exchange. We don't need permission to create an alternative currency that people can use, because if we go and ask permission, it's not going to happen. So if you want to do something, do it your damn self. And that's what we teach in the Family Cash Machine. Me, Dave, Strategic Man, Family Cash Machine, we got a whole bunch of products coming out, left and right. And we didn't ask no damn body's permission to do it, and they doing great. I didn't ask any permission to do these classes. I didn't ask, well, do I need credentials? Do I need to be a certified? No, because who's giving certification for cryptocurrency courses? They don't even want to acknowledge this industry, okay? But if I can teach you how to invest in ICOs, if I can teach you good ICOs, bad ICOs, and you're making money, and I can show you the functionality of Bitcoin, the functionality of Ethereum, what is an ERC20 token? What's a private key? What's a public key? The difference between decentralization and centralization, how the blockchain works, how to decentralize or how to tokenize assets or property or real estate. If I can teach you all that stuff, who gives a damn what my credentials are? It's the knowledge, and it's the application of knowledge that you're looking at. Wow, I'm learning all this different stuff. I'm using this stuff. It's working. Oh my God, this is a whole new world for me. You're not going to say, well, what's your credentials? And that's the problem with the world now. Okay? This is the problem with the world, because again, most of your people who have super success right now, they dropped out of college. That has to make you think right there, like, maybe the system's not working. Maybe the system's broken. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college. Bill Gates dropped out of college. Steve Jobs, that created Apple, dropped out of college. I can go on and on and on, okay? I can go on and on and on. All these major people, okay? Chris Record, who owns Techademics, this guy makes 10, 20 million a year, 6 digits, 7 digits, 8 digits every year. He's making, I think, anywhere from 10 to 20 million a year. He dropped out of high school, but he's very proficient in online marketing. He knows how to teach you how to do, he's got classes on conversions. He has classes on Shopify, how to create a store online and drive massive traffic to it. I mean, he has valuable, pertinent information, how to use influencers on Facebook or Instagram, people who have huge audiences. How do you use them to get traffic to your thing? I mean, he's got some very valuable information, but this guy dropped out of high school because he felt like, man, this is, he's actually not a dumb guy, because for him to create Techademics, which is the academic or school or college of technology that teaches you all the different technical things of social media and how to actually like maneuver traffic and stuff like that. I mean, it's brilliant what he's created, and he's made a lot of money himself on it. So I don't care, I mean, really about him dropping out of high school, because this guy is making hand over fist money on what he's learned, how he's learned to apply a skill. Okay, he has a skill now, and his skill is based on the functionality of today's world with the internet. So it's very valuable what he's teaching. But my point is, he didn't ask any colleges, he didn't ask anybody's permission to set up Techademics. Okay, so if you want something done, do it your damn self. The Family Cash Machine is going to teach you guys how to use decentralized knowledge, decentralized information, and to decentralize your ideas and decentralize your creativity. You do not want to centralize your creativity. Why? Because let's say I'm going to centralize my information, and I have a great idea right now, and I have to go to certain institution to first get their approval and then get these licenses. Okay. Oh, well, look, first of all, you might not be from the right ethnic group that they want, that they choose. The person that's sitting in front of you that might have to approve you may not like where you're from, or your race, or your education, or you might have a conviction, or whatever it is. There's so many barriers that you have to deal with to be approved in the centralized way of thinking. But when you just take it upon yourself and say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this happen, and I'm going to use this technology to decentralize my idea, to decentralize my focus, and to decentralize my income. And when you're thinking like that, and when you use that kind of mechanism, that is called an independent thinker. And recently, my daughter read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. This book was not released by Napoleon Hill. It was released actually by his grandkids, because his wife told him that this book would have gotten him killed. He released Think and Grow Rich and several other books. But Outwitting the Devil was not a book that he actually released. It was his book, but he didn't release it. And when you read the book, you see why he didn't release it. Because the devil, he had an interview with the devil in this book. And I advise anybody out there watching the Family Capture Machine right now to read that book, because the entire Family Capture Machine has been consulted to read that book. And most of us have. Now, the devil, as he's interviewing, told him that he uses failure. And failure is his biggest tool that he uses. And as they talked about failure, he also admitted that that right after failure, the next step after failure is success. And so Napoleon said, well, if you are telling me that right after failure is success, why do you use failure so much? And the devil replied that out of 10,000 people that fail, only 2 will continue. I'll take those odds. And in that book, it also talks about the devil told him to acknowledge him as his majesty. And Napoleon Hill had a problem with that. And he said, why wouldn't you call me his majesty? Because I control 95% of your world. Wow. That's kind of spooky. And he said, I control through institutions, through school, through church, through politics, through all the systems of your society. My mindset, wow, not me, but my mindset is in control. So what mindset is in control today? Centralization. Okay, go to school, go to college, get in debt, come out here, struggle, try to find a job. That's the mindset. And the devil uses failure, because if you are not thinking independent, you're going to fail. If you're thinking to fit into this system that's not working, that's broken, that's outdated, that's not scaling right now, and it's not providing success to the masses of people right now are not successful in America. We used to have one of the largest middle classes in the world, and that is shrinking every day. Every day that's shrinking. Actually, China's middle class is growing, and India's middle class are growing. And I think in like 4 or 5 years, China middle class will have exceeded ours. In fact, in the last 10 years, China has produced more billionaires than we have. And though America still has the most billionaires, in 5 years, China would pass us at the rate they're going. Something is terribly wrong. Okay? Something's terribly wrong. What does all this got to do with cryptocurrency? Okay? What does all this got to do with cryptocurrency? In the book, Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon said, the devil said, the people that are independent thinkers are my enemies, and they represent that other guy that you guys call God. That was the deepest part of that book that I read. The devil said, my biggest opponents are those who are independent thinkers. They represent that other guy that you call God. So decentralization and cryptocurrency forces you to think independently. So if you want to do something, do it for your damn self. Do not ask permission. And this industry allows you to create without permission. I'm going to give you an example. Ethereum and Vitalik Buterin, and all you guys, most of you out there know Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. You don't know anything else. There's over almost 1,700 cryptocurrencies now. Where you guys been? There's over 1,700 cryptocurrencies, and they don't all have the same function. Some of them won't. A few of them have the function of Bitcoin to be a medium of exchange and transactions, but there's other ones that have nothing to do with currency at all. They have functional computer technological functions that can decentralize industries and help people, wow, to independently create income in industries that might be regulated so hard you could never get into it. And that's why the Family Capture Machine is educating, informing people. Because Right now, the power in this industry is informing the people as to the benefits of it, because you guys don't have a clue of the benefits in this industry. You think it's just about, Bitcoin's at 9,500 today. Oh, it's in a bubble. That's all you guys hear on the news, but they're not really allowing you guys access to the real information of what this is really about and how you can position yourself and disrupt some major industries and exchange major wealth, okay? And so what I'm saying to you is this. Ethereum is a company that decided they wanted to use blockchain technology and smart contracts, which is what this industry is about. It's not just about cryptocurrency, because when Satoshi Nakamoto created this, he used a bunch of technologies that was already out and came together and make this huge, beautiful recipe. And so smart contracts, mainly kind of created by Nick Szabo. And I'm finding out now Nick Szabo was actually an attorney. I didn't know that. This guy has a JD in law from George Washington Law University. And he's also a cryptographer. And so he wanted to make contracts and cyberspace, and he wanted to make an autonomous way of contracts to be carried out without attorneys, without this county records or recording this and that, and use the blockchain to autonomously, bam, within seconds, create contracts and execute those contracts. It's an amazing technology. So a lot of people in Bitcoin, the Bitcoin core members, they call them core members with the original Bitcoin, they gave a lot of opposition to Vitalik Buterin. And I think that they created a great, what I want to say is they disallowed the adoption of Bitcoin, and they created a lot of opposition. I don't know who these individuals are in the book, in the core Bitcoin, but I do know whoever they were did a grave injustice to Bitcoin's advancement. And so anyway, Vitalik said, okay, I won't do that. And he left, and he used the technology, because remember, this is open source. And I'm finding out now that Craig Wright tried to put a patent on Bitcoin. Did you know that, Dave? This guy tried to patent Bitcoin. He's the one to claim, oh, I'm Satoshi. I'm Satoshi. So maybe that's why he was saying he was Satoshi, because he was trying to patent Bitcoin. It didn't work. But anyway, this is not about patent. This is about open source. Anybody can come in and build on top or extract certain technologies from this to create even more. And so that is what this is about. But actually, what he did was created this platform called Ethereum. And now anybody could use the ERC20 tokens. And let's say I might say something like, you know what? I want to disrupt this industry here. I can go right now and create my own Ethereum coins, and I can have programmers create my own smart contracts. I can do a huge crowdfund, and people will buy my tokens in the ICO process, raising $20, $30 million. I don't even need SEC approval. I don't even need an IPO. I don't need to get all these prospectus and all this other stuff and licenses and all that other stuff. I can just do that within 2-3 months. And I've seen guys that didn't have as much knowledge as Dave Lyons or Strategic Man or Antonio or Mrs. Carter or Sheree. I've seen guys with not half the knowledge that these individuals have create $30, $40 million in a couple of months. But the beauty of it is not the money. It's beautiful that you can go and create $30, $40 million in 3 months. Don't get it wrong. But the beauty of it is they had an idea. They had an idea. And they was able to go to the people. Wow. Without the credentials, without the degrees, without, I've been on Wall Street 20 years, oh, I know Bill Gates, without any of that mess. I'm in certain fraternities. Without any of that, they had an idea. Common people, a trash man, working a trash truck every day, has an idea, brilliant idea that can make some industry faster for people, cheaper for people. And he presents that idea in what is called a white paper to the public. And he creates a little BS website and tell people and do a little 3-4 minute video on what this idea is about and just share it with people. Look, I have an idea. This is what I want to do. And the people say, well, I like that. I want to buy some of your tokens. And how much are your tokens? 10 cents? Yes, I got 300 million of these tokens. Give me $100 worth. Somebody else buy tokens. They buy tokens. People believe in him. They believe the idea, whether it works or not. It's the fact that he has access to getting it funded without going through the SBA, without having great credit, without having business credit, without having assets even. He can get his idea funded. Do you know how beautiful that is? Do you know how much that represents free enterprising? Without any licenses. That's what this industry is about. This is what Ethereum did. This is what cryptocurrency did. This is what encryption did. This is what the blockchain did. This is what decentralization did. If you want something done, do it your damn self. And that's what we're about right here, is giving power back to the people. Power back to the people. For the people to have the right to go to the people and have the people to prove their ideas and fund their ideas without any credit score, without matriculating from Harvard or any of that stuff. This is the beauty of what we're doing. And this is why I have taken pride in teaching this to everybody out there. And my team has taken pride in spreading this message and exposing this to the public, that we all can have access to fulfilling our dreams. And we all will have the courage to create in our mind, and then have the audacity to present it to the people, and let the people choose who's going to win, and let the people choose who's got an idea and who doesn't. But it doesn't have to go through a centralized little crew of people who sit back and judge you and wave their pen and take all these contributions to not pass your idea, because it might mess up Joe's business over here on the SEC or the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, that business there is going to disrupt this guy over here on the New York Stock Exchange, and he's paying us money, the SEC, to not let anything come disrupt him. So no, if it's better for the people, if it's a business that can improve service for the people, it can improve the price, make the price cheaper, and give the service faster. Wow. And it's a business now, not only that the people fund, but by them holding those tokens, they now possess something that they could share in the value that this person creates. Oh my God, do you guys see what this is, man? This is just a whole different game changer, and that's why I'm so excited. It's not just about that damn Bitcoin going up and down every day. You guys done missed it. It's not about that, but it's not too late, because this industry is in its infancy. It's not even in its infancy. This industry is in the gestation period, because it hasn't even become an embryo yet. It's only a $200 billion industry. The entire industry, every machination, every creation, every ICO, all of them is only right now worth $200 billion. That's crazy. And like I told you guys, one day of Forex exchange, one day of trading, $50 trillion, one day. And they trade almost every day. There's very few days Forex is closed. They trade almost every single day. Currency does not sleep, okay? So we talking $300-400 trillion a week. Trillion. And the cryptocurrency entire space has not even amassed a half a trillion yet. That's how in the beginning this is. And that's why I'm saying you're about to see the greatest of exchange of wealth ever in the history of the world. Because as more and more people find out that they can just create businesses that's going to disrupt these Fortune 500 companies, and the people that invest with them in the beginning without even being on Wall Street, without being SEC, without being a Wall Street broker, without understanding a thing about Wall Street, without having credit, without having assets or anything, they can all invest in these upcoming companies that are decentralized and share in the wealth that these companies are creating. Let me give you one more example before I sign out. Stimit. A lot of people don't know about Stimit. Stimit is a decentralized social media website. And pretty much Facebook has made Facebook is almost $1 trillion business right now. It's 900 or something billion dollars. And I think that Mark Zuckerberg is probably worth 400 or 500 million. No, $1 billion. Yeah, he's up there. He's up in the billions. So 200 billion, something like that, some stupid number. He's up there. I got to look him up. But anyway, all of that wealth went to him and his investors, few investors, that's it. 10 people, 15 people. And now you got people on Wall Street buying shares of it. But the initial wealth went to one guy, maybe 3 or 4 guys. That's it. But with a STEMIT, a decentralized social media, started off as an ICO, like I just explained that process to you of a crowdfunding. It started off as an ICO, and a lot of people invested in it. And what decentralization means is all those people that own STEMIT coins, you can go right now on the exchange and buy STEMIT coins. And you can start putting videos on STEMIT. And every time you like somebody's video or somebody like your video, you earn STEAM, which is more STEMIT coins, tokens. So if you start building up a lot of STEAM, or you build up a lot of STEAM tokens in your account, every time you like somebody, the more STEAM you have, the more money they get when you like them, okay? The more influence you have. So basically what's going on is a revenue sharing. So that $900 billion that Facebook made, could you imagine 300,000-400,000 people sharing that? Not one person getting it. That's decentralized. And that's only right because Facebook is the biggest content media platform in the world that has the biggest media content platform in the world. And it doesn't create any content. All the content is my content. How many books I like, what books I read, what music I like. Oh, look at the picture of me going to Paris. Oh, here's a picture of my dog. Oh, here's a picture of me and my girlfriend. Oh, I went to the beach today. Oh, I'm doing a live video. All of that content is created by the people and none of the revenue is shared by the people. That's centralization, okay? That's changing. Now, when people find out about STEMIT, oh my God, I can get paid for posting my pictures. I can get paid for doing a video. I can get paid for liking this dude video. I can get paid for commenting on this guy. It's a game changer. The problem is y'all don't know about it. That's the problem. That's the only problem. You don't know. So they want to keep Bitcoin in your face. Bitcoin went down today. Oh my God. People got in at 20,000 and they lost their shirt. Oh my God. How did they lose? If I bought a Bitcoin right now for 20,000, when the market shot way up, it says 6,000 now. I'm 13,000 in the hole. But guess what? I still got my Bitcoin. And they already know there's only 21 million of them. There's 17 million of them in circulation, and it's going to take to 2,140 before the next 4 million is created. Okay? There's already 1 million of them just sitting still somewhere. Nobody knows who owns those. They think Satoshi Nakamoto might own them himself. They've never moved. Okay? Maybe Satoshi will never move them because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is or if he's even still living. But there's 1 million just sitting somewhere. So there's 17 million in circulation, really only 16 million in circulation, okay? But we have 4 more million to be created. It's gonna take 100 years for those to be created. What do you think the value is gonna be doing? Because there's a limited commodity of it and more people finding out about them. And now you got all these hedge funds guys want to come and buy 100,000 Bitcoins, 86,000 Bitcoins, 50,000 Bitcoins. And now you got the Chicago Mercantile Exchange trading contracts of Bitcoin. You got Goldman Sachs selling Bitcoins and starting to set up trading platforms. What do you think's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin? Sit, hold, huddle. That's all you got to do. I guarantee you within the next 2 years, you will be past 20,000. Your coin might be 100,000 because it's the law of supply and demand. Okay, the more people buy this product, and Bitcoin's so limited, it's 21 million, and it won't even be 21 million until 2,140. So right now, every person in America cannot have one Bitcoin. That's how limited this is. Every person in America cannot have one Bitcoin. It's only 21 million, and it's going to be 2,140 before the next 4 million are done. So Bitcoin to be mining when you dead and gone. Wake up, people. We're talking about value. We're talking about supply and demand. We're talking about a limited commodity. Okay? The only reason it's low right now, because you don't know what it is. Most people don't know what the hell it is. They really don't. But my point to you is this. There's 390 million people in America. 400 million. I should say four. I should say four. There's 390 million people, almost 400 million people, and I'm sure there's illegals here that we haven't accounted for. So it's not enough Bitcoins just to go around in America. Now, don't count South America. Now remember, this is a international currency. This can be used anywhere in the world. It's not just America. Bitcoins can be used in China and Japan and Europe. The euro, you can exchange euro with. You can exchange gold for it. You can exchange yuan. You can exchange rubies. You can change the renminbi. You can change any currency for Bitcoin. This is an international currency. 7 billion people in the world. There's not enough Bitcoin to go around, man. So you tell me what the value is going to be if you understand anything about the law of supply and demand. But the beauty about Bitcoin is each coin could be divided, which is one of the characteristics of money, into 100 million parts. Wow. Each Bitcoin could be divided into 100 million parts. So there could come a day where a Satoshi, which is the 100 million parts, is called a Satoshi could be worth $1 million one day. Think about that. Think about that. So don't worry about it. You only lost if you accept the loss. If you say, you know what, I'm behind right now. Let me get out. Run. If you do that, of course you lost. But just one thing you haven't lost is your Bitcoin. You still got your damn Bitcoin. Hang on to your Bitcoin, because everybody in this country cannot have a Bitcoin. It's not enough. Don't believe the hype, okay? Because the media is purposely propagandizing you guys to believe it's not worth anything. But Goldman and Sachs, JP Morgan and Chase, Chicago Board of Exchange, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, all of these big boys, and I'm not even naming all the little small hedge funds companies out there that got billions of dollars. I talk to them every day on the phone. Dave talked to them. Joe talked to them. These guys want Bitcoins. They want Bitcoins to support the IRA or the, what is it? Yeah, not the IRA. What is it called? Yeah, the IRAs, the IRAs of their employees. Because they feel like, we have employees that are putting their money into these RAs, and we don't trust Wall Street, and we think that it's more secure to put the money in Bitcoins. So as these people retire, well, you know, they got the money. They have their money to retire with. They're smart because they understand limited commodity. But again, the subject is the family cash machine was created on the notion we're going to create generational wealth. And do you think generational wealth is created by us asking permission from somebody? Hell no. We're going to create generational wealth because we're going to get out and do it our damn self. And we understand we have the ability to create. Everybody on this call has the ability to come up with one thought. One thought can make you a millionaire. Just one idea. And I don't think nobody in the world is incapable of one idea that's $1 million idea. But the problem in the world is when we come up with ideas, they're stolen. You need to be patented and all this other stuff. But with the blockchain, if you come up with an idea, you can immediately run it through the blockchain. It'll timestamp it, it'll signature it, it'll timestamp it, a date when it was sent through, and you'll have your private keys to it, and it's encrypted, and nobody can steal it. Wow, instantly. So it solves that problem. Oh my God, this thing is so dynamic, man. I can't even. I'm giving them too much, Antonio. They getting too much information here, man. I got to slow this down a little bit. They gotta come to our classes and start learning about this stuff, man. We can't just give it to them like that easy. You know, they got to come in here and you know and be a team member with us and learn with us and comrade with us and you know and be camaraderie with us or just kind of like share their energy with us, their thoughts and help us in this mission. They can't just get this and run with it. No, we're not going to give it to them that easy. They got to join up with the Family Cash Machine right now. go to The Family Cash Machine, sign up for our free classes, become a member of the Family Cash Machine, and join this movement with us to awaken people and to stimulate creativity again, not just in America, but in the world, as we're connecting with people all over the world, teaching them about money and value and currency, and decentralization is the name of the game today. And it's going to disrupt so many of these industries, and it's going to redistribute wealth to the people. So with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. This is Eric Vaughn, Family Cash Machine, and we're going to keep giving it to you guys raw. We're going to keep bringing you guys truth. We're going to keep bringing you guys information and knowledge. If you like this video, I want you guys to click down there, subscribe to our channel, and also hit the bell so you'll get notifications every time we come out with a video. And also like the page, comment on the page, and join with the Family Cash Machine, thefamilycashmachine.net or .com, and become a free member. And if you like the video and comment, and I will sometimes I don't allow the comments because some people say some weird stuff. But if you go and sign up for the Family Cash Machine, we're going to be looking to see who signs up, and we're going to have your email. You can actually click under here. There's a link, and leave your email under this video, and I'll send you guys a copy of the free ebook, The Greatest Exchange of Wealth Ever in History. And you guys can start learning how to position yourself to not be, oh, I'm the first to graduate from college. No, to be the first in your family to actually say, I'm the first one that created wealth, not money. Okay, notice what we're saying. We're not saying, oh, I'm the first one to become a millionaire. No, we're saying, I'm the first one in my family to create generational wealth. That's what the Family Cash Machine is about. And so some of you guys out there that think we playing, think we joking, watch us in the next couple of months, watch us in a year, watch us in 2 years. This whole damn call gonna change. It's gonna be a whole different background right there, y'all see. And so again, you know, we definitely are linking right now with major ideas and people, and meeting people all over the world, and now Wall Street's coming to us, you know, because we have what they want. It's not just the Bitcoin, it's the knowledge, and it's the industry, and it's the maneuverability to be able to utilize decentralization to empower the people who don't want to be on the winning team. So with that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. This is Eric Vaughn. You guys have a great evening. Family Cash Machine. Let's keep rising to the top. Let's keep elevating people's consciousness, and continue our movement. This is not a company, this is a movement. So with that, you guys, I want to sign out. You guys greet your team as you sign out. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace and love.
All right, fam. Peace, peace.
Hey, peace, family. I wanted to tell everybody, man, today is my year in cryptocurrency with the Fam Cash.
That's the baby.
Man, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows their anniversary? They crypto anniversary.
Today's my crypto anniversary.
Oh. Go ahead, you guys. It's crypto anniversary.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You
Cash, baby, Fam Cash.
That's value. That's value, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see somebody pin a Bitcoin to your shirt. Let me see that.
It's intangible.